Shrimatre Namaha. Everyone's life is always struggled with various consequences, various struggles. Each and every human being faces every types of troubles, calamities, difficulties, whatever the adversity is, at least once in his life. At this juncture, sometimes we have to use one weapon. What is that weapon? No, that is called silence. What kind of that is called? It is the power of silence. If you use power of silence, maximum problems will be solved. Nowadays, all the people face so many tasks or risks due to lack of silence. Unless we maintain silence, our life will fall in violence. So silence is a solution for our mind's pollution. Therefore, there is one saying in Sanskrit, Maunam Sarvardha Sadhanam. If you keep quiet, it shows the result for all the troubles. It shows root cause for solving the troubles. Therefore, we have to know the power of silence. Unless we know the power of silence, definitely we should face the difficulties without getting clarity and ending process. Therefore, silence acts many ways in this regard. For this, we have to have some rules and regulations. Unless we have rules and regulations, we can't keep quiet. No human being keep quiet always. There will be time to be kept quiet. For this, we have to develop the silence of power, the power of this silence. What happens? It changes our moods. Whenever if we are getting heavy problems, unnecessary agony, you don't think, you keep quiet. Then automatically we'll get solace ourselves and get the result for further proceedings. We should never get angry. Even one should not take decisions when you are in angry. Whatever the problems occur, let us keep quiet for some time. Then you think you will get easy solutions. That's why previous days, that means in ancient days, the elderly people maintained silence. If you see a person who is quiet and calm, we think he knows everything. Naturally, he may not know. He may be different dumb. That's different. But if we go on talking, other person silent, we used to keep quiet because we are afraid of the other person because he maintains silence. See, the power of silence is great weapon to clear all the troubles so easily. Therefore, we should adopt it. Otherwise, it wastes our energy. Is it not? So, silence is gold, not silver. In this regard, from the birth or from the beginning of knowing life, we should adopt the attitude of keeping quiet or calmness. You see? Therefore, today I took the topic of power of silence. Let us see what is the effects of power of silence. Prayer. आरोग्यं दीर्घमायुष्यं बलं तेजोधियं श्रियं स्वभक्तेभ्यनुगृह्णन्तं वन्दे धन्वन्तरिं हरिम्. Today, when difficult situations and obstacles appear in our path, it is very common that we quietly worry ourselves sick by rehearsing the glory details of the situations over and over until the difficulties appear insurmountable and we became weak and defenseless. If it is a body ailment, understand, we place our total faith first on the doctor and hope that the remedies of science will get us well soon. If we get help, the power of science here appears great and we continue merrily along life's journey. If that ailment persists, then we go from doctor to doctor or to every nook and corner until finally we turn to our spiritual resources. God is usually the last when He ought to be the first when problems arise. Turning within and taking help from our spiritual resources is through the power of silence. To get the best results, however, there ought to be the balance of silence and science, both working simultaneously. Balance is a great art. That means balanced mind. For this, how to develop silence power? Let us know. Firstly, it is important to slow down the speed of thoughts. This can be done by imbibing and inculcating the power of concentration. Concentration is the main ingredient in meditation. Meditation is the ability to concentrate on one thought for as long as you wish and whenever you want, no matter where and whatever the situation may be. Secondly, it is necessary to develop the practice of having only elevated pure thoughts. Waste, idle and negative thoughts, the speed of thoughts is reduced to only few and there is the stability and control of the mind. Your thoughts then become very economical and produce the best results. One then enjoys constant success that brings contentment, happiness, and freedom from worry. What are the changing traits into opportunities? People who have unconditional faith in their spiritual resources generally enjoy contentment and are free from worry. Those who are free from worry have the ability and strength to change that which is bad into that which is good. Nowadays, science changes that which is considered as waste into something good. Similarly, souls who are the embodiment of contentment will change a bad situation or experience or relationship into something good. With their pure elevated thoughts of good wishes, they will give others the power to change that which is bad into something good. Those who demonstrate faith in themselves, society, and God have the tendency to make difficult tasks appear easy and make impossible things possible. Therefore, just as science shows the practical proof of the power of silence should be visible to all on their faces, activities, vision, attitude, connections, and relationships. Power of science and the magic of silence. Power of science and the magic of silence. Look at the instruments of science can bring time, sound, distance very close as with supersonic jets or television. So too, the human mind will hear the cries of distress from distant souls as though they were in front of them. Instruments of science can measure the sound of the lips, however, the sounds of the mind can be heard from the remotest distance with the power of silence. With specialized scientific equipment plugged into your power supply, everything is heard and seen very clearly. Similarly, you can plug in your connection with God, okay, and with your elevated thoughts, distant souls seem very near. This is the stage of a person who, with the power of the mind, becomes a world benefactor. Sound comes into the mind in the form of thoughts. Therefore, when waste thoughts are nipped in the bud and discarded, all efforts are the successful. For this, what you have to do? Be a lighthouse and might house. Therefore, through the power of pure feelings, elevated thoughts, elevated attitude, and elevated vibrations, you can serve any soul at any time and in any place. This is to become a lighthouse and a might house. A lighthouse seems from a long way while being in one place. So, you can also become instruments to serve innumerable souls from one place, but only if you have accumulated sufficient power to be a might house. Then, wasteful company and matters. Introversion is a powerful and extroversion is wasteful. In reality, wasteful matters and wasteful company are externally very attractive. Therefore, do not become trapped with the wasteful. It should not be that you have a thought one moment and that you speak it or carry it out the next moment. The speed of thoughts, words, and deeds is so fast that it finishes a total awareness of elevated thoughts, deeds, and conduct of code in a second. The force of the wasteful finishes the awareness of the truth as well as the accuracy of the truth. For this, what we have to do? Spiritual charity with pure thought should be maintained. You will have the experience that distant people from all walks of life, on meeting you for the first time, will say, "You have shown me the correct path. You have directed me towards my destination. You called me, and so I have come." Your divine form will be visible on the television on their mind, and they would have the experience of meeting you through spiritual charity and service of the mind. you will witness many spiritual wonders through the power of silence. With the power of silence, you can travel around the world and universe while sitting in one place without spending anything. Similarly, you experience the power of peace and make the world peaceful. What is the root cause? Lack of wisdom and experience. In the past, we have misused the power of science and have accumulated an arsenal of nuclear weapons capable of mass destruction. This is the most lethal and irreversible entropy event in theaters our own existence, like the sword of Damocles. Through the proper use of science, we can still establish a new peaceful world by combining it with the power of silence. Experiment and experience with silences. When there is a systematic experimentation with the power of silence and one experience the capabilities and fruits of this power, only then one can show others the practical proof and benefit of this power. Therefore, it is necessary to first practice with the power of silence and have the experience on your own body how the suffering of karma and its bitter bondages can be made to feel as drawing a line on water. The double illness that includes the illness of the body and the weakness of the mind can be removed by inculcating the double power of becoming totally detached and loving to the Father. No matter how severe the illness of the body, there would not be experiences of pain and suffering. The method is do change the transform first and never see the weaknesses of others, or look to see what others are doing. The special tool necessary to inculcate the power of silence is to constantly have pure elevated thought for the self and others. Then, power to accommodate supports silence. To accommodate means that there should not be a slightest trace of any gross feelings of any situation even in your thoughts. Words that cause a loss should not be spoken, and such are the qualities of a world benefactor. Imbibe and inculcate how to transform a loss into benefit, as well as how to transform defamation into praise. Do not make the mistake of seeing the weakness of others. Do not be influenced by might is right and become careless. You must always maintain the right path. Means righteous path. Nyaya markam. Nyaya panthaha. Use the power to accommodate and cooperate. Okay, no matter how much opposition you get from people or the elements, have faith and you will face that opposition with the power of power to accommodate. So, the power to merge induces intuition. When you resist all wasteful thinking, you will develop clarity of thought, and your stage of intuition will be such that whatever thoughts emerge in others will reach you well in advance. You will be able to read the thoughts of others. Therefore, finish the expansion of thoughts, stopping at the essence only. When you expand, you do not even understand yourself. And so, how can you understand others and be destroyer of obstacles or have success in relationships and connections? Is it? When you have the power of merge, you will have the power of pure thoughts and feelings of good wishes. Accumulate the power to emerge such that you see and yet don't see, and hear but don't hear. Use the power to merge to make matter and all elements become peaceful. Merge in love with the Father and experience the perfect perform. Power of pure feelings and good wishes will lead you to such a stage. The meaning of avyakta, angelic or subtle, is to be beyond corporeal feelings and wishes, and this is the basis of ascent and descent. In any task, it is necessary to have elevated feelings for both the task and the one carrying out the task, and results attained would be automatically elevated and successful. To constantly have pure feelings, it is necessary to have benevolence, love, and cooperation while exercising great zeal and enthusiasm with the realization that all souls are brothers with the fatherhood of our God or one God. Feelings first come from thoughts, then in words followed by actions. As are your feelings, so are your activities and words with each other. Feelings can change intentions. If you have feelings of jealousy towards any soul, then you will see a misunderstanding through every activity and word of that soul. Then you will see a misunderstanding through every activity and word of that soul. They may be doing something good, but because of your feelings, you would only see a bad intention through that one's activities and words. Therefore, check your feelings towards all souls if there is always dissatisfaction or misunderstanding. There are some stages of silence and soul consciousness peace. First, let us go for the peace. It is experiencing peace where peace is a state of mind. Here, thoughts slow down on the screen of the mind. When the mind, intellect, and samskaras are working in harmony, then there is peacelessness. When there is a peace of mind, you experience positive thoughts. To experience peace, the stage of soul is one of the gross soul consciousness. This is not body consciousness. This is only peace of mind. You continue to perform actions or work at that time, but you look at other souls during interaction. You are not subservient to the five vices. You go beyond the attraction of the vices. Number 2, silence. To experience the power of silence, you must have pure thoughts. All energy is with one pure thought. Your experience needs to go beyond the false influence and attraction of the five elements. The flow is only of pure thoughts, and there should be no pull towards matter or sense contracts. You go beyond the attraction of the five elements or matter and the body. You are now in the stage of double light. Here, you donate peace and power by doing service through the mind. Third one is dead silence. This is not the same as a person who is dead and who has left the body. When you are dead, you go beyond time. When you are alive, you are between the boundaries of time. You experience the real religion of the soul, which is peace and silence. This is not to be nil or an empty. In this stage, you go beyond name, time, space, and age, and all forms of limitations. You will then go beyond the physical and subtle and experience being a point of light. The atmosphere is filled with vibrations, bliss, and power. When you are timeless, you forgot your own body. Another one is sweet silence. Here, you experience the state of the perfect peace and liberation that a soul experiences in the soul world. This is Mukti Dham. When you are in the soul's world, you do not know that you are there. So, you experience this while you are in the body stage. This experience is when you see yourself in the world of souls, beyond the five elements. You in the sixth element. This is the Nirakara stage, the incorporeal stages. This is different to the bodiless stage where you are separated from the body while you are still in the body. Another, supreme silence. This is supreme peace where happiness is embodied or happiness is combined together with peace. This Jivan Mukti liberation in life. Jivan Mukti means liberation in life. A state of fruition and fulfillment enjoyed by the deities in the golden age. This is Param Shanti. Here, everything is available in the treasure store of deities. The knowledge and samskaras are now merged in the soul. This is a Parama Shanti stage. This is world benefactor stage, where you can do world service. Here you reflect the ultimate powers of the Supreme to the world. Then, what are the benefits of practicing silence? We get no. Intentional silence cultivates more awareness within us. Ludwig says she recalls a 10-day meditation retreat based on Vipassana, an ancient technique designed to develop self-transformation through observing yourself in a place where no talking allowed. It was really powerful, uncomfortable, and powerful. But it became more powerful than other things. I became much more aware of myself, of my habits, my tendencies, the way I communicate, the good and the not so good. Part of that heightened awareness is that time may seem to slow down. An hour or even a minute can seem like a very long time. That's she says. More silence in your life may also help you think more clearly. There is an increased comfort with yourself that comes with this practice, and you comes with powerful thoughts. part of your practice should be carried out when you are in the company of your spouse, family, friends, and colleagues. When you are silent, you can listen a lot better. Ludwig explains nothing the appropriateness of the words. Listen and silent being anagrams of one another. So often we feel uncomfortable being in silence with another person. We feel like we have to keep talking, filling the space with words or distractions, he says. When you are silent and truly listening, though you are naturally able to be more present to take in both verbal and non-verbal communication. From that place of presence, you are more open to learning about either the person speaking or something that's being said. For this, we have to know how to practice international silence. When you are by yourself. Since engaging in silence may not come easily at first, Ludwig recommends establishing a daily practice of intentional silence lasting just 5 to 10 minutes. Turning off your devices, your smartphone, computer, tablet, any other gadgets is crucial. You can also set your alarm for 10 minutes earlier in the morning and just make a commitment to be in silence before you get out of bed. Keep it simple initially, says Ludwig, who adds that it can help to create some sort of sacred area like a room, corner, or an outdoor spot that you think of as your silence space. Once you have settled into that routine, try another methods. Just a few minutes of reflection or mindfulness here and there can be beneficial. Observe your surroundings, the changing sky as a storm clouds roll in, the dog walker directing her pack, the older man helping his wife out of the car. Make it a more personal time. Notice the curved lines on your palms, the feel of passing breezes across your cheeks, the sound of your breath as you inhale and exhale, and then take it to a deeper level, reflecting inwardly on how you are feeling. Maybe that sounds something like this: how I have been tired this week, I should do less tomorrow, etc. श्रेयकांताय कल्याणनिधेन्द्रां श्री वेंकटनिवासाय श्रीनिवासाय मंगलम मंगलाशासनपरिमदाचार्य पुरोगमे सर्वैश्च गुरुराचार्य सत्कृतायास्तु मंगलम्.